Of course, now I just gotta wait for it to actually load. There we go. I think. Load. Load. It's not going fast enough. It's being poopy. Load.
Oh, it's not loading.
Does that mean it needs to be a load in your pants?
What?
We need some milk of magnesia.
I need some milk of amnesia.
We call that vodka.
I have that.
And for
Actually,
some people, they call it
we-
tequila.
we actually call that a white Russian.
The dude abides.
No, but seriously, the map isn't.
It's taken a while for us too.
Okay. I mean, like, do you have anything in your progress bar, or?
It's all
Yeah?
the way up. It says it's loading, but
It's waiting for everyone else.
It's gonna take a minute. This doesn't load fast.
it's okay. It's okay.
Just making sure. Oh Lord, this vodka is terrible.
For a second there, when you said that, I thought you were gonna say, "Oh God, I farted and it hurts horrible."
I shit blood.
If it's red, then if it's red, then you've been raped.
If it is red, you have probably popped a hemorrhoid.
In which
Hemorrhoids
case-
gotten out of control.
Like, in which case, please go to the hospital.
Okay, I have a
Blogs.
story for you guys.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
We saw this in the ER.
Oh
Once.
boy.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
there we go. Alright, we had an old guy come to the ER one night, and
Oh.
he kept complaining that he had a hemorrhoid. And you're like, okay. And he was like, and my butt hurts. Like, okay. You're like,
Okay.
well, why does your butt hurt? Well, this guy had been using a dummy round, a 40 millimeter dummy round, to shove his hemorrhoid back in his ass. And it had become lodged in his rectum.
Oh
Wait.
my god.
So we had
What?
to call the bomb squad and erect a shelter around his butt before we could actually extract the dummy round to make sure it wasn't a live round.
Oh my god.
There should be an award for that.
It's called a Darwin.
Oh my
No,
god.
because there was no actual damage done.
Oh, I could have only hoped.
It's like it was a Darwin Award, but it almost became an Hero Award.
Again, we were hoping. You know? Like, good, we
Hold-
don't have to deal with it.
Hold out against hope.
Yeah, we did. But, so that was interesting. He was just like, yo, I got this, 40 millimeter round in my ass. I was like, what? Have what?
You're joking, right?
Like, you must be shrooming. Oh god, he has a fucking artillery round in his ass.
Like how you're like, oh god.
I was just like, oh my god. Like, oh god, lodged in
You
there.
voluntarily put a round in your own ass.
I know. I was like, wow. I was like, talking about getting fucked over. Jesus. Like, what are you doing?
Sir.
Guy just walks in. We're like, oh, wait until he pulled out his pants. We're like, oh god. Is this a
Oh,
live
boy.
round?
Maybe?
Oh, no.
Then we had to ask him, where the fuck did you get that?
Oh no, we're special.
Oh, but yeah, the conclusion of the story, this guy had a hemorrhoid like a baseball.
God damn.
Ooh.
And apparently it was disgusting because it made this weird sucking sound when it flopped out.
Oh, dude.
It did. And then like if he rolled over on his stomach, it would go back in. It would kind of go okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Like if you've ever imagine taking a Frosty and freezing it and then letting it defrost a little bit to where it becomes slightly malleable again. But you put the Frosty in, let's say, a Coca-Cola bottle, like an actual glass bottle, and you have to hear that sucking sound as it goes and like rolls over itself back into the guy's butt.
Ooh.
And we're just sitting there going, looking at each other going, okay, this is going in the books.
This is
Like,
not
we
something they
don't-
prepared me for.
We
Like-
kept a book at the nurse's station of weird shit that came into the ER every night. And it was a joy to come back for my next shift and read the new discoveries that we had happened upon.
I like it how they're
Um,
called discoveries.
Oh God, there were some real doozies in there.
Oh, I'm
So-
sure.
Oh.
Oh no.
There was a guy. Okay, I'm just gonna say it because there's no way to like dress this up and make it sound really interesting. This dude decided that he liked to do urethral sounding for pleasure. The problem is that he was using a 50 caliber dummy round and split his penis open, and had blown the urethra out on the dorsal side of his penis. And we were just like, wow.
Check, please.
We were
That
like,
makes me want to puke.
and
Check,
we were-
please.
Yeah, and I was like, nope, I'm out. Done. Like, I'm gonna go get coffee. Fuck this. I'm out. Go to the
I'm gonna
cafeteria.
get coffee. I'm gonna get coffee, and I'm gonna get drunk. Very drunk.
Like, I'm gonna go get coffee in the cafeteria. I might put something in my coffee. Just to, kind of bleach that one away. That was our favorite one. Just the old coffee and brain bleach one.
Yeah, that sounds about as bad as the poor drunk bastard who tried to climb across a power transformer, wound up getting, an arc of electricity passed through his fucking crotch, fucking stumbled his ass to the hospital, and they discovered that his nutsack had pretty much been blown clean apart.
That's good for the rest of us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Should it take almost 10 minutes for this to load?
Probably not, but we're having story time. So we can have story time, and you can, like, put it on the internet. It'll be story time before the game.
Oh, God.
Story
But,
time with that.
Jackson's story hour.
This is my story hour. We had one. It was this girl I worked with. She was a first year resident, and you're not supposed to bring alcohol into the hospital, but she was the supplier of the quote unquote brain bleach for the coffee. And
Yeah.
she would always have like the mini bottles of like vodka and whiskey and shit. You could, like little airplane sized ones. And she would keep them in her purse. And whenever we'd see something really bad, we'd be like, okay, we're going to the cafeteria for some coffee and bleach. And she'd just pass them out. She'd bring like 50 of them with her every day. It was like a never-ending fucking supply of booze.
Even doctors need their medicine.
Yeah. And she'd bring it to us. We take it down to the cafeteria, get the coffee, tip the drink, go about our day. Usually most of us would sit down there in the cafeteria and be like, no, we're on break. We're taking our 30-minute. Now, it wasn't that much alcohol. It was less than a shot, maybe at best. And it's like, we're going to sit here and kind of, let this one sink in and just let it
fester a little.
Just let it woo-saw out. And we'll come back to work when we're
Woo-sawed out.
feeling better. Because we could take, that's the thing, depended on the day, depending on who was working. I would usually do anywhere between a 24 to 30-hour shift. The 30-hour was really sucked, but we were given 4 meal breaks on a 24 with at least 3 or 4 like 15 to 30-minute breaks, depending. It also depended on how busy we were. There were some days I'd come in and do a 24-hour shift.
Fuck, dude.
We would maybe end up seeing a dozen people that were serious cases. And the rest of them, the nurses could usually handle. And most of the time, we would sit in the frickin' cafeteria or the lounge or just kind of hang out. And it's like they needed us. But then other nights, what's food? We go the whole 24 hours with just basically cramming vending machine food in our face because that's all we had time for. Like, we have Mr. Johnson in Bay 1, he's bleeding out. Okay, give me a Hot Pocket while you're at it, I'm hungry. You know,
Okay, get that last thing of Pop-Tarts.
like, I need more units of blood over here. I also need that Pop-Tart.
Hot Pockets and heart surgery.
Like, I'm dying over here, so is this guy. Need my fucking Pop-Tart, let's go.
Like, just shove it under my face mask. It's like a feed bag.
Actually, someone did that one time with, like, trail mix.
Because why the fuck not?
Why the
Then
fuck
it
not?
really is like a feed bag now, isn't it?
Well, we were tending to a low-level casualty. They broke their fucking leg in a car accident. And it wasn't an open wound, thank God. And they were like, yeah, like, I'm hungry. And they came in, they're like, oh, we gotta go. So they put the mask on, just poured like a fistful of trail mix in their mask, and it was like eating it. They look so ridiculous. It was like a horse out of a feed bag. They were just, oh God, even the attending was like, what are you doing? He was like, I'm eating.
I'm eating.
Like, I'm eating. What are you doing?
The fuck are you doing?
That's exactly
I'm
what he said. Like,
kicking my ass.
Yeah.
What does it look like?
he looked at me, it's like, what are you doing? Like,
Do you mind?
he looked at me, he was like, the attending looked back at him and was like, fair enough.
Like, okay,
That was it.
that's cool.
Well, we didn't exactly need 6 fucking doctors for a broken leg, and he was just coming over to observe. And because that's why we were called over, and he was observing, eating his trail mix and his mask.
Because why the fuck not?
Yeah. Hey, come on, man. You gotta do stupid shit. Not stupid shit, but you have to have some fun with it, especially when it gets kind of monotonous in there sometimes. When you're looking at the same crappy-ass walls and the same shitty fluorescent lights for one day, and you're up during that day, and you have to actually remember that day, that shit gets pretty stressful.
Yeah, I mean, I figured.
I'll never forget the one where the dude comes in. This guy comes in. And I can't remember what happened. I think he was he was working on a fence, like putting up a wooden fence. And somehow, we don't ask questions, this guy managed to rip his scrotum open, and his testicle fell out. And somehow it also managed to separate from the body. So he walks in with a Tupperware container with his scrotum open and his testicle in the Tupperware. And we're like, oh look, you brought us a poached egg.
But
And we're just kind of like, we don't know if we can actually fix this, sir. Like, it's not like a finger or your dick gets chopped off and you find it. It's like, that testicle might be dead. Don't know how, like, how far away were you? He's like, 5 minutes. Like, how long has your testicle been detached from your body? About 10. Looked at the other resident, I was like, call the OR. I was like, this might work. Unfortunately, it didn't. I could just imagine the surgeon upstairs, just like taking the testicle and taking some tape and staples and just like going to town. Like, oh, didn't work. Sorry. Just chucks the testicle over his shoulder, like bank shot off the fucking trash can lid into the can. Like, all right, there we go. That was one of the weirder things. There was some guy that blew his balls off with fireworks. Stupid college kids. We'd see him come in there all the time with like some horrific injury, and we're like, "You were playing with fireworks again, huh?" We had a
They're
very
like, yeah.
we had a repeat customer who liked to. This guy watched Jackass one too many times, and he thought that sticking a bottle rocket in between his butt cheeks was the coolest thing in the world. Until he finally got third-degree burns right above his butt crack. And he comes in, and his skin is literally sliding off his tailbone.
You got a
And
shaggy taint.
Yeah, we're just kind of like, don't know if we can help you, dude.
Well, hey Jimmy, how you doing? Well, you're in the ER again.
He was just like, "Well, can't you fix it?" We were like,
No.
"Nah, you screwed up one too many times." He was like, "What?"
You
Like,
used
"Nah,
up
we're
your
just kidding.
strikes,
We can
Timmy.
fix it."
I like that. Nah, kidding.
No, we're just
fucking
kidding. We
with
can
you.
fix it. Like, you're gonna have, burn ointment and skin grafts coming, but we can fix it. He's like, "Oh shit." I was like,
You're
"You're
gonna
not
have a
too
world
bright,
of
are you?"
pain.
We're
Oh.
gonna have to have a talk with you about fireworks, okay?
Okay, this is what killed me, alright? This is the one that killed me. This guy, okay, was... Laura, what was the fraternity your dad was in?
Kappa Sigma.
Okay, this guy was a Kappa Sig. And I was like, you dense motherfucker. You got into a fraternity on campus that has a mean grade point average, alright? Mean grade point average of about a 3.16. And you're the dense motherfucker that comes in every week because he thinks fireworks are the coolest thing ever. And that sticking them between his butt cheeks was even cooler. And the worst part is, the guy never came in drunk.
So he did all this shit sober.
Yeah, we're like, when he came in that night, we're like, "Please tell us you're drunk." He was like, "No, I'm fine." It's like, "I've only had one beer." We're like, And we knew it was an issue of him being... Okay, we knew he could hold his liquor, 6'5", about 240. Dude looked like a professional wrestler. Guy was buff, alright? So we knew that alcohol content was not his problem. Perhaps it was his cognitive faculties that were the problem.
Something was the problem.
And we're just sitting there going, "You are a piece of work." And even the surgeon came down and was like, "I have never seen anyone blow their ass crack open that bad." Thus concludes my story hour.
And the thing still hasn't loaded yet.
I'm gonna stop recording.